May the 4th, 2026. Welcome to the channel. Did you have any idea of the significance of May the 4th here in China? Specifically here in Qingdao, China. I didn't, so I did some research. If you watched my last video, which I'll link at the end of this video, I was waffling on about the German control, or the German control, the German concession that the Chinese gave them way back in 1896. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. You can watch the other video. But I did touch on how the Japanese were granted control after that, but I didn't realise what an uproar that caused. And this video is going to have a little bit of that in it, and we're just going to have a look around. Just got off the subway and I'm not lost, but I've gone the wrong way already. While I'm trying to find where I'm getting to, for you guys watching on a TV and you want to subscribe, just hit that up button on your remote. That'll take you there. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification bell while you're at it. So in a nutshell, in the last video I explained how the Germans got control of Qingdao because a couple of missionaries got murdered by some locals here in Shandong province, caused an uproar. The Chinese said, here you can have a 99-year lease and we're even. And at the beginning of the First World War, 1914, that came to an end when the Germans lost control. I think I even got as far as telling you how the British and the Japanese teamed up together and then they took control of this very important port here in Qingdao. Now I'm going to get myself some lunch and continue on from there. In 1919, after the World War I had ended in 1918, they set up the Treaty of Versailles. I think that's how you say it, Versailles. And during that, they divvied up settled all the problems that World War I created. One of those problems was here in Qingdao, where the Germans once had control. As I said, the British and the Japanese defeated them here, and the Japanese took control. The Treaty of Versailles said that the Japanese could retain control of Qingdao province, which I believe is all of Shandong province, and that didn't sit well with the Chinese people at all. Another one of those beer stands everywhere. After 3 years of the youth of China protesting, and I think there might have even been riots of some description, the Chinese government finally said enough is enough and they took back control of this province. And what that did was that set in place the motion, or actually what the youth situation did was set in motion the idea that China should be a more powerful organisation, a more powerful government for their people, which in turn led to the creation of the Chinese Communist Party, which is what it still is today. So a very, very important part in history, which still, is in effect today. Chinese Communist Party, a massive part of the world political system. Alright, so that's enough of that. This where I am right now is actually the May 4 Square, and since today is May 4, I thought that this would have been, I don't know, a hubbub of activity. There's quite a few people around. It is a public holiday, but I really did expect there to be, parades and army tanks. I'm not sure, but nothing really happening. There doesn't seem to be anything official happening. Nice gardens though. And there, actually, let's get a better shot over here. That is the May 4 sculpture. Don't really know what it represents.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go and see something that I've never laid eyes on before. A view of the Qingdao skyline. Not bad. And it's right here on what I'd never seen before, the actual China Sea. I got told off on in the comments for calling the sea off the coast of Vietnam the South China Sea. But hey, that's what's written on the map. I can only read what's written on the map. But this is my first view of the actual China Sea. And I tell you now, it looks much better than it did from the air. From the air, it looked chocolatey brown. Well, the water's not crystal clear, but it's not too bad. There's a little bit of pollution, but there's some healthy looking seaweed down there. And some watercraft doing their thing. And a whole heap of sailboats. There's a lighthouse way out there. Absolutely sensational day. It is blue sky. It's been blue sky. I'm not sure what the time is. It's probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's been blue sky since early this morning. After yesterday's rain, quite a difference. This time of year it gets a bit cold at night, down to maybe, I think it was 12 or 13 degrees. Far different from what I've been used to, that's for sure. A rocky little beach. Seen worse, seen better. Whole bunch of stalls along here. There must be 100 of them. They all sell exactly the same stuff. There's even people fishing. So the water can't be that bad. You would think. What a beautiful place to walk around. Lots of people fishing here. Well, lots of fishing rods. Can't see them catching any fish, but that's how it goes with fishing, at least in my experience anyway. But I am very impressed with this city, especially on a day like today. There's some very impressive looking buildings here. I haven't seen them from this side before. As I said, this is my first time down at the water, down at the ocean. and there's quite good looking buildings, especially over that way. Very cool looking statue. I've no idea who it is. I like the statue though. Very cool indeed. His coat or cape flying out behind him. He's got big feet. It's all musical notes here, tiled into the concrete. What do you reckon it's for? Chinese national anthem? That'd be my guess. Really glad I came out today. It's just a beautiful, beautiful day for walking around. I wish I could find out more information on the sculptures and statues that are here, but I can't. Here's another one. He's in the shadow. Sorry about that. It says down below 1905 to 1946. Don't know who it is, but he died very young. Alright, so this is Music Square, it's called. There's a tourist map. Might be in English on one of those. So I'm guessing he's a musician. Hello, how are you? No, Chinese, sorry, only English. It's okay. Bye-bye. Music Square with some sculptures. So I imagine the gentleman we saw over there with the nice statue with the flying cape is a musician of some description. What is this? Well, that there, that's a train. It looks like it could represent film. I'm guessing that's what it is. It's a sculpture. Little area there with the sails all around it, and going by the acoustics that I can hear from the kids playing in there, I'd say it's where they, perform a little bit of music, a bit of outdoor music. Very good acoustics. I've got a question for you all. Can someone tell me why these are painted white? The base of trees. Why are they painted white? I've seen them all over the world. The reason I ask is I was watching a short clip, a short film. I don't know what country it was. For some reason Germany springs to mind, but I believe it was from like early 1900s, and even back then the trees around the base were painted white. Does anyone know? I'm curious. Have a look at how many cameras are on this pole. I'll count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. China. The surveillance state, without a doubt. How's this going anyway? With the selfie stick and the microphone. Had a couple of glitches with the microphone on my first trial, or the first video with it. Not sure how this one's going to turn out. I actually put the camera on a selfie stick to... I always used to have the camera on an angle, and this is much better. Now there's a building there that I wanted to show you guys, but the entrance is blocked off. I might just have to get a shot from out here somewhere. There it is. Purple building. It's got the domed turrets, a central one and couple on each corner, or one on each corner. Not bad, quite grand. Nice row of townhouses there. You probably can't see it that well, but they've got the red tiled roofs. I doubt whether they're that old. They could be, but I doubt it. They're in a prime position right near the beach, probably less than 200 metres from the waterfront. Looks like a nice little park here to walk around. Hey, I've heard the cherry blossoms are in flower or just due to be in flower. That one looks like the flowers are almost dead, but can't say I've seen a cherry blossom in real life. Just going to make my way back into town, into the modern part of Qingdao, through this park. It's quite nice, it's peaceful. You can hear a few horns in the background, but you get that. It's a big city, 6.5 million people. There's not a lot of flowers around in this little park. There's a few. They should be everywhere because it's the right time of year. I mean, it is spring, so I don't know, maybe they just don't plant lots of flowers. I don't know. There's some here. They're actually quite unique. I don't think I've seen those before. Bigger than what they look from a distance, and quite nice. I like it. I am really surprised there's been nothing celebrating May Day. I mean, May 4, this is May 4, and I just imagined there would be something, I don't know, a parade, anything. Here's another unique sort of building. Nothing flash, but it's got the lighthouse on the end there. Different. And the look at the big sculpture on top of that building behind it there. Massive. What is it? I'm not sure what it's made of. It's polished copper, perhaps, or I'm not sure. Very big. Look at the selection of beer you can get. What are they? They're about $4 Australian each for a pint. Wow. That's a pretty cool looking building. Quite like that. That's the building we saw a moment ago with the huge dome on top. It's quite different as well. I like that as well. This is the Mix C, I don't know how you pronounce it, mall that I was talking about in the other video. The very large mall. It is massive. Eight floors of madness, and I believe there's another 2 floors below me. What on earth is that? So it's May 4, which is a Monday. Yeah, it is. But this place is incredibly busy. It's been busy every time I've been in here. My hotel was attached to this building. My first hotel. I had to move. I'll tell you why. So my first hotel, which was very nice, was it was slightly over my budget. I think it was like $55 a night. And then I went to book it again for this weekend because, well, for other reasons, I decided to stay. It went up to $300 and something per night. It was absolutely crazy because of the May 4 weekend. There is some really classy restaurants in here. That's the Beijing Duck restaurant. One of the best restaurants that I've been to, well, I've been here in China on this visit, has been in this mall. It was called Grandma's Home. That's right. I had a beef soup with, well, that was one dish. Then I had dumplings, that was another dish. And then I had lamb chops as well. The whole lot cost me about $25 Australian. The beef soup was really, really nice. One of the best meals I've had here. I'm pretty sure I'm in the wrong part. It is so big. It is absolutely enormous. It's the cinema over there. I haven't even been in this section before. I'm actually a bit lost. Just went back into the DJI store where I bought my new external microphone, and I had a little problem. It wasn't lasting the whole day. So I just went in and asked him then, and he said it should last for 5 hours. So maybe I hadn't fully charged it, but I'll check it out again because it's already run out once today. Enough of the technical jargon. Not that that's very technical. Let's go and have a look at this ice skating rink. It's I'll see if there's any good skaters there. Again, I'll get it on the good camera instead of the iPhone. Before I do, check out some of the goodies in this store here. Yeah, that's nice, but over here, I bought one of them the other day. Very, very nice. A little bit expensive, but wow. Oh, and here's the ice skating rink right here. Full of little kids today. None of the really, really good figure skaters like there was the other day that I think we're just practicing. Oh, I won't film here, but quite incredible. It's not even cold standing here. These weren't here the other day. More just more trinkets. I like this, how you can go down the escalator and skip a floor. This one takes you down 2 flights or 2 levels. I've got to go all the way down there. I wonder what all these people are queuing up for. Don't know. Back out. All right. It is time to go. Time to say goodbye to Qingdao, China. Next stop, the airport. Long haul flight. Well, I'm not really looking forward to that, but looking forward to the new destination. All right, thank you for watching. I shall see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you like it. All right, bye-bye.